Hello, it's Esme, and today's, plus my first, video will be something I have never seen any other Ktuber do. I will be adding a riddle to each girl group I stan. I will be taking discography, choreography, visuals, concepts, and group chemistry into consideration with the choosing. I apologize for the annoying robot voice. I know, I hate it too, but I don't own a professional microphone and my voice is annoying, so I'm doing you a favor. You're welcome. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First up we have Twice, and for Twice I have chosen the one and the only Chuu of Loona. In my opinion, Chuu just embodies the Twice concept throughout every bone in her body. Chuu also has some powerful vocals that would complement the entirety of Twice's discography, both the cuter concept they had post Cheer Up, and the more recent concepts with I Can't Stop Me, and more etc. She also brings a bright youthfulness to any room that not many people can bring. When I chose her I didn't really consider group chemistry, but I now realize that Chuu and Twice could just be the bow on top of their group chemistry. Chuu's smile is just so bright, and I just know that Twice x Chuu moments would be sift stan gold. Chuu is just such a breath of fresh air when it comes to her personality, and to be quite frank, whenever my eyes get the privilege to look at Chuu, my serotonin levels just go through the roof. If Chuu was in Twice I could definitely see her taking the position of lead vocalist or maybe even main, if God decides to be kind to me. And one ending note, I think she would definitely own Heartshaker, because that music video and choreography was just made for Chuu. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Next up is Blackpink, and Blackpink was probably the most difficult one to choose from, because in my head Blackpink have just added a new energy to Girl Crush that nobody else could do better than them. But when I thought about musicality, and who I would love to hear in Blackpink's songs, my head immediately went to Nayeon of Twice, if you didn't already know. Visually, Nayeon has a very charming and youthful look. I was also one of those people who thought Nayeon couldn't do other concepts as well, because she has such soft and youthful visuals and such feminine and light vocals, but Cry For Me proved that I was wrong, and yes, I did cry for Nayeon. Oh, how I would love to hear Nayeon's high notes in Blackpink's songs. I feel like her voice would mesh so well into Blackpink's discography, and it would complement Rose and Jennie specifically very well. I feel like, even though Nayeon is a weaker dancer in Twice's dances, I think that she would look so good in Blackpink's stages. She would not only complement the concept and aura of the stage, but the members as well, which is what good groups do naturally. They complement each other, and that draws you into a group. For Nayeon, she would own Whistle, and As If It's Your Last. She would also do well in Kill This Love, and Playing With Fire. Next is Red Velvet. Now for Red Velvet I have chosen Jisoo of Blackpink. I don't think anyone is all that surprised. Jisoo fits SM's aesthetic nearly perfectly. She has the elegant and chic visuals that SM is known for, as well as her voice. Her voice, I feel like, would be appreciated so well throughout Red Velvet's discography. I could see her shining specifically within Velvet comebacks, especially Peekaboo and Psycho. I also think that Jisoo has one very diverse voice that could sweep many different concepts, and Red Velvet seem to be known for doing many different concepts. I also feel like Red Velvet's choreo would complement Jisoo better than Blackpink's do. I feel like Jisoo really tries when she performs, and I feel like she would bring more energy to Red Velvet stages, as they can often get quite boring quite quickly. And lastly, Jisoo is hilarious. Jisoo, I feel, is already very appreciated within the Revelove fandom, being one myself, and if she was in Red Velvet I think she would be even more appreciated than she is with Blinks. Jisoo would complement the group dynamic, just like I said Chuu would for Twice. I feel like Jisoo would be able to bring a light and funny energy to Red Velvet's promotions, as Red Velvet are often flagged for being quote unquote dull, even though I personally don't see it being as bad as some people make it out to be, but I think that Jisoo's welcoming vibe could really add something extra to Red Velvet's group dynamic. For gfriend I was choosing between Solar of Mamamoo and Cheyann of Twice, but after closer consideration I have chosen Solar. I have always viewed gfriend as being very mature, elegant, and graceful within their music and concepts alike. Even though they started with a concept similar to Girls' Generation, I think they made it their own. They have always had a mature feeling to their music and Solar to me would fit that perfectly. I have always seen her as having very pretty and sophisticated visuals that are nice to look at, but her also having a voice that's so soulful and has so much depth, truly one of the beat vocalists to come out of the third generation. And later, I'll be honest, Solar would just fit so beautifully into Apple and MAGO, which is my favorite release of the year, if you could not already tell by my intro. Solar benefits from having a very wide vocal range, and I think that gfriend songs could really give her those vocal moments that we love to see from her. Not only does she fit the gfriend vibe well, but I think she's so funny and relatable. She just makes me feel okay with being a mess and that cute of her. 3. I think buddies as a fandom would appreciate her so much. I could definitely see her being one of the more popular members. For Itzy, I chose Kim Lip because she just radiates such I love myself energy, and if you didn't pick it up yet, self-love is Itzy's concept. Kim Lip has a kinda seductive voice that I think would balance out Itzy's songs from the way they often just kind of hit you in the face with the drop, and Itzy's verses are always just kinda in your face. And I feel like Kim Lip's voice would balance out it well. If she was in Itzy, I could definitely see her and Laya sharing a moment in Not Shy. I could see Jip writing song parts specifically for her to add more depth to each song, because I don't really think that Itzy has soulful vocalist moments in their group songs. I also think that her vocals could shine in a Itzy ballad, even though I really don't think Itzy has a solid ballad yet, as it seems to be their focus to make dance songs. I don't actually know which song I would choose to be her era, because none of them really scream to me Kim Lip, but I think that she would own a song similar to her solo debut, Eclipse, obviously with a hint of So Bad by Steak. Kim Lip would just be perfect for Itzy. She has elegant yet young visuals which is similar to Laya and Eunha, and would complement them. Kim Lip, I feel like, has such a strong presence on stage, and I definitely think she could hold her own next to the dancers that are Itzy. Itzy are also one of the girl groups that are more rap focused, and even though Kim Lip isn't as strong of a vocalist as some other people, I think she would help there be a larger focus onto vocals instead of rapping, dancing and performance being Itzy's main focus as a group. She, I think, would also do so well with the members. I could imagine her having an it girl moment as well.